Hi, this is Stephen Gacovino at the law offices of Gacovino and Lake right here in Savyville, New York. We also have associated offices down in Florida and Alabama. Today's topic, the BP oil spill fund. Why, who, what, where, and how. Well, at this point, everybody is familiar with the horrible environmental disaster that's happening in the Gulf of Mexico. The rig has exploded and has been leaking oil, and it's been going on for a very long time, and it's creating not just an environmental disaster, but an economic disaster for so many people and so many businesses. Well, as a result of that, BP has set aside $20 billion in an escrow fund that's being overseen by a special master who is allocating some of these funds to people who have been damaged. Well, where would one go to make such a claim? Well, BP has set up 31 regional claim offices throughout Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, and Louisiana. You would have to visit the BP website or call BP to find out what regional claim office is the appropriate claim office for you to submit your claim. All right? And then finally, how do you make the claim? Well, you have to really document your losses. All right? That's different for different people. But if you're an employee in a restaurant and now you've lost your job because the restaurant had to close up or because they had to cut back severely because they can't get the food to make, that they would typically make, and they were reliant upon the Gulf of Mexico to supply that food. And now you've lost your job. Well, you got to show your income, gather your tax returns, gather your pay stubs, and get proof from your employer that the reason why you lost your job was because there's simply no work as a result of the oil spill. That's the type of documentation we believe would be best necessary and most appropriate for someone like that. If you're a business and you have a complete loss of earning capacity, essentially it's the same thing. Tax returns. Show the tax returns. Show your history. Show that you had earning capacity. And show now that you no longer have that earning capacity because you can't buy food, or that you have to pay a lot more money to get the same kind of food that you were supplying that restaurant. Any kind of hospitality business. You could be a hotel. Well, people aren't visiting. People were visiting before the spill, they're not visiting now. Or last year during this time, we had X amount of people that would come to visit our area and stay in our hotel, and this is what we could charge for our hotel room. Now we have nobody there. This is how much we lost as a result. So you have to go back in your history and find out what your earning capacity was during that time period. And this is not only individuals and small businesses, it could be large businesses, it could be commercial fishermen. Commercial fishermen can show that every year they make money, and this is how much money that they make. How do you do it? Well, you need to show your sales receipts. You need to show your tax returns. And I think that for someone like that, it sort of speaks for itself that they're not able to access the lands under the water that they used to access before this. So there are many different ways, but you must document the evidence. You must show that evidence. You must show your pay stubs. And if you're talking about somebody that has a cleanup situation, you should document the oil that's washed up. And this way that somebody's able to look at, well, what do we mean by cleanup? Well, here was the cleanup that I had. There were tons and tons of oil, or pounds of oil, or however it would be measured, that washed up on my property, and this is how I needed to clean it up. And if you need to pay people to clean it up, you got to get your receipts to show that you need to clean it up. If your home is something that you're claiming has been damaged, or a piece of property, real estate, that you feel was worth a certain amount of money beforehand, well, you will have to get that documented. And a good idea would to have somebody appraise it for you. Appraise it now and show by history what it was worth before. So these are the ways you would document that claim. If you've been damaged, I want you to call us. I want to hear about your claim. We handle these claims here, and I'd like to talk to you. The phone number here is 1-877-785-5800. Thanks for watching this video today.